Hi guys, Grace here. I hope you're having an awesome day. I sure am. I just want to remind you of the best marketing you can ever do. Now, a lot of people are going to be, a lot of people say, just treat people well, just treat people right. But those statements are very vague. They're non-specific. They don't give examples as to what it means to treat people right. So today I'm going to talk about a few things, a few instances where if you don't have these, these things set up as protocol in your practice, you're missing an opportunity to grow. So the first situation I'm going to talk about today is a make better policy. What's a make better policy? So let's say you're running behind. You're 5-10 minutes late for a patient. How are you going to make up for the time that patient maybe lost while sitting in your waiting room or in their car if you have new COVID protocol? How are you going to make up for that? How are you going to make it better? Let's say, what is another thing that could happen? Maybe your instrument slipped. Something happened and you cut that patient's mouth. You know they're numb. Are you going to just send them on their way? Or are you going to say something about it? Are you going to confront the situation? Are you going to let them know what happened and put your pride aside, put your perfectionism aside, and actually address the person that you're caring for? Maybe you've got a great patient and you've just put together this huge treatment plan, and you know they just are struggling to figure out how to afford that plan. Do you have a process in place where you can be somewhat flexible on payment, or you can offer them financial options, or at least talk to them in a compassionate way where you understand this is an unexpected cost for them, but how can you make it happen for them? So I think as we build protocols and systems and step-by-step guides, and as your business expands and you get more people on your team and you're busy, if you lose that personalized connection with your patients, because they have to have a connection with every person they talk to. Every person has to maintain that same level of care. And I don't just mean dental care, I mean care in general. And if every single person on your team is not embracing and emulating that true care for the patient, then marketing isn't going to matter. If people don't know how much you care, they don't care what you know. And there's no Facebook ad funnel or Google campaign that will replace a bad reputation. So before you even start putting money into marketing to accelerate your growth, you need to be sure you've thought about these situations. Okay, so the first situation is a make better policy. Do you have that make better policy in place? The second thing is, are you nickel and diming people? People don't want to feel like every single tiny engagement with you is a line item on your quote. Just like people don't want to call me for a website change and get charged for it. They want us to just take care of it. Patients don't want to call you, ask you a question and have, an extra line item on their bill. If you are charging and itemizing things down to the cotton roll, people aren't going to like you. And it's really super important that people like you and that they trust you. So that's the second thing. Don't nickel and dime people and make that just a part of your protocol. Give people more than what they paid for. So if you've got some little promotional whitening thing, pick out your favorite patients, gift them something every once in a while. Give them something. Give them a funny t-shirt or a mug or I don't know, a toothbrush or something. Like, give them something that's going to make them smile. Give them more than what they paid for. However you figure out how to do that, always give more than what you charged for. And somehow build it in. So, whoever, Dan, you've been our patient now for 3 years, and we just love seeing you. And you've been such a wonderful person, and we enjoy seeing you and treating your family. You've referred so many of your family members. Thank you so much. I just want to let you know today, like, we're going to waive the, and I don't know how much you can do like legally, but throw something in. You could throw in a little whitening something or other. Give people more than what they pay for. Like that simple little thing of giving them more than what they pay for, that is tangible. And I can't tell you how many like speakers and consultants have said, go above and beyond, but then they don't give you an example what it means to actually go above and beyond. So here's another one. You've got a patient who had surgery today. How are you following up? Are you calling them? Are you texting them? Are you checking in on them? Do they know if they need something that they can contact you? Do you answer your phone or do you shut it off? If you're just available to people, they won't abuse it. I've found anyways, that despite the fact that all of my clients have direct access to me, they all have my email, they all have my phone number, they don't use it unless they need to. They don't abuse it. They don't call me at night when I'm with my kids and ask me 20 marketing questions. They respect me and my time. And as long as I can make sure that all of their needs are met, they're perfectly fine with having my contact information. Are you the same way with your patients, or are you stuck up? Are you pretentious? Do you walk into the room and everybody has to call you doctor and you're going to tell them what they need and they're going to accept it because you're the doctor and they're not? What's going on in your head? How are you connecting to people? Do they trust you? Do they love you? Do you love them? And can they feel that? And if they can't, you're always going to struggle with marketing. You're always going to be needing to do the next thing and put in more money and more time. And listen, I don't sell coaching. I don't offer like all of these huge consulting company like programs. That's not what I do. I sell marketing. I would much rather market someone who has no problem keeping that patient and keeping that patient happy than marketing someone who's going to be churning and burning through patients. So get those things in place and then make sure you dedicate time to your team to ensure that they are following all the way through with that mentality, that they're giving more than what the patient paid for, not too much more. You have to set boundaries around these things, that they're communicating with compassion, with concern, and that everybody's on the same page. And everybody knows if we mess something up, the patient's here, they're ready to get their crown. The crown's not in from the lab. How are we not only going to make this okay, how are we going to make it better? In that instance, how are we going to go above and beyond? Are we going to send them a gift to their house? Are we going to send them and their family out to dinner tonight because we just wasted an hour of their time? So now we're going to give them an hour back. What are we going to do to turn that oopsie into a, wow, you guys really do care? You can do that. You have total control over how quickly your practice grows. And it all starts with how you make the patient feel and making sure they know that you care with these little things. So comment below, what are the little things that you do? And how is your team on board? And if they're not on board, how do you get them on board? Thanks, guys.